Hello everyone, this is Zoot. I'm going to be taking you through another episode of the Movement Guide series for Quake Live. This time we're going to be looking at half beat. This is a bit of a continuation from the VQL strafe that we would have looked at last episode. So let's get ourselves into game and try and cover exactly what is going on. Half beat is basically a different way to manipulate air control to go as fast as possible, like in normal strafe jumping. The only difference is your mouse technique is going to be far more simple to control. So when we look at normal strafe, we don't do that. We try and do this, which going left and right, etc., etc. And now to do half beat, what we want to do instead is we're going to aim to get to the end of the pads by only looking one direction. So when I'm facing the most left, I'm pressing forward and left, but then when I kind of jolt a little bit to the right, I'm actually only pressing right with the keyboard, as you should be able to see on the arrow keys in the middle of the screen. So it's not actually too much more to explain. When you're looking left, and your general direction is going to be this way. When you're looking left, you normally press forward and left, and you'll be probably used to pressing forward and right to kind of counterbalance your strafe to continue going in the same direction. But in fact, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be just after you've pressed forward and left on one jump, the following jump will be just pressing right with the keyboard and looking just maybe 1 or 2 degrees to the right of where you would look if you were pressing forward and left. So that you're counterbalancing yourself by still looking left but pressing right, so that you don't end up just continually going left and falling off the pads. So let's try and do the 5th pads here and see if we can get any success. And you should be able to notice there are little jolts in the movement. Shame I didn't make it to the end, but hopefully though the example has showed that it is very possible to do this. And of course, if you want to do it the other way, so that you're pressing forward and right, and then pressing left as you jolt your mouse to the more central area by 1 or 2 degrees, you can do it. In fact, I highly advise it because I've got much into the habit of only doing it on this side. If you can do it on both and you're flexible, you can switch things up mid-game down corridors. I find it a lot easier to actually use this than even normal strafing sometimes by some of the pace that you can actually get. But basically the reason people do it is just because you don't have to move your mouse much. You don't have to have the precision of going back and forth, especially as you're gaining speed, as you're more or less holding your mouse in the same place. And gradually, if you're going really, really fast, you might start finding that your mouse is going to be drifting off to the left, much as the angles would sharpen if you're doing normal full beat strafe. So let's try once more so that you can see. As we press right here, the small jolts to the right every time I'm pressing right with my keyboard, and I manage to get over to the other end. So guys, I'm not going to be putting a montage at the end because it is essentially the same as strafe. You can achieve the same achieve the same jumps with it and achieve the same maximum speed, etc. I find it just a more efficient way to do things. On the strafe pads there that you would have seen on Rastrain QL Beta 3, I can do the last pads without a problem, really. At least I could in my prime. It took me a long time to even be able to get to the 5th strafe pad doing full beats. So that's basically just an example of what you can do with the Quake Live physics, or the Quake physics in general, to get yourself to go faster. Next episode is going to be all about PQL. This is going to be air control based. It's going to be a different circle jump. We're going to have a look at how the strafe affects it. So I hope you guys are going to be watching that one. If you're interested in race or any of the clan arena PQL or any of the other public activities that go on with those movements, this is a lot of fun to look at. See you on the next episode. Take care.